If you're eating a keto or carnivore diet, or just trying to go gluten-free, or you're one of those people that is trying to reduce your carb content for whatever reason, I suppose you could be sad and just not eat fried chicken for the rest of your life. Or I can show you how you can do it gluten-free, carnivore approved, crispy and crunchy. Very simple, but it is worth every last bit of effort. We're gonna do Southern style fried chicken, and I'm gonna show you how to take some spices and turn it into Nashville style hot chicken. This is Chris Cooking Nashville after all. Why would I not do Nashville style hot chicken? Southern style fried chicken and Nashville hot style today on Chris Cooking Nashville. All right, we are on a mission. I am headed to the grocery store. I'm actually making a special dinner for my parents. I'm gonna take my carnivore fried chicken. I'm gonna show you guys how to make it, and I'm gonna grab the stuff that I need to turn it into Nashville hot chicken. So minus the seasonings, this is gonna be carnivore fried Nashville hot chicken. So we are on the hunt for buttermilk, which you could also do this with heavy cream and a little bit of vinegar. Only bit of carb you're gonna get in this fried chicken is the little trace of dairy carbs from the little bit of either buttermilk or cream that sticks to the chicken, and then the tiny bit from the whey protein, which is one of the ingredients in the dry breading mixture that we're gonna put on this. We're gonna make carnivore fried chicken and turn it into Nashville hot style. All right, I got the goods. Well, let's go home. Let's put it away. And the first step is to break down chickens into the pieces we use to fry. Let me show you how to do that. All right, we are back from the grocery store, and I have 2 chickens here. If you do this with a buttermilk mixture, which is what I'm gonna go ahead and do for this, just because it's convenient, you're looking at about 1 to maybe 2 grams of carbs per piece of fried chicken. If instead you do cream and vinegar, which I'll also put on the recipe card for you guys, which is linked in the description box down below on my website, probably half of a gram or less of trace dairy carbs per piece of fried chicken. Now, there's a lot of ways you can break down a whole chicken. This one, though, is specific to how you typically see Southern fried chicken, and then we're gonna dry brine them, and I'll show you how we do that and tell you why in just a second. We need some kitchen shears, and we're going to use a good sharp chef's knife. When you go to fry this chicken, you want it to cook as evenly as possible from piece to piece, which means your oil temperature, or in our case, beef tallow, lard, something like that we're going to fry in, is consistent and fries all of the pieces at about the same rate, meaning we can use the same temperature to cook all of the pieces and get roughly the same amount of brownness and doneness in the same amount of time. Step number 1, breast side down on our cutting board, and we're going to use our shears. Now, you can also do this step with a chef's knife, but it is a lot harder and it's a little more dangerous because you're more likely to cut yourself. Shears are the way to go, and I'll link a pair in the description box in case you don't have some, so you can go pick them up because they're an invaluable tool in your kitchen. We're going to cut the backbone out of the chicken. Start from the neck, and we're going to use the shears and cut down both sides of the backbone until it comes free. And this takes just a little bit of pressure. It's not hard. Getting through these bones of the back part of the rib cage can be a little difficult if you're using a knife. So it is a lot safer if you use kitchen shears. We cut all the way down through, and if you want to make it easy, turn your chicken around and cut from the bottom up on the other side of the spinal column. And once you cut through everything, your backbone will come free. Just lay that over here on our rack for now out of the way. Now we're gonna make this look like the pieces of fried chicken that you are used to seeing at a restaurant, or that Colonel in his place from Kentucky. We're actually gonna cut the chicken in half. I want to keep the bones on the backside of the rib cage intact, because when we go to fry the breast meat, I want it to be able to hold together by being attached to those rib bones. Carefully cut all the way down through the center of our chicken, through that breastplate bone. Cut straight down through. You can take your hand and put it on the dull side of the knife and help press down, and then you just cut through that skin when you get to the other side. That will leave you with 2 half pieces of a chicken. This is what we're going to then break down into our pieces. I'm going to come here to the top of the wing where it attaches to the breast, find that joint where it connects. Now you can cut a big chunk of the breast off here if you're not careful. Where the wing attaches, we're gonna cut down through the skin, and you can actually kind of stick your finger in there to find that joint right here at the top and sort of back side of the breast. And if you flex the wing up and down, you'll feel right where that joint is, and cut down towards your cutting board to avoid cutting yourself. And you cut right through that and cut the wing off. I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the other side as well. Just like that. Now there's 3 more pieces on the chicken. We have the breast, we have the thigh, and we have the leg. Take the thigh and the leg off first. And if you hold the thigh and the leg, you can see where the gap is between the thigh and the main carcass of the chicken. So we're just gonna cut through that skin right there, and that is going to expose where the joint is. And once we find that joint at the top of the thigh, we can cut right through it to disconnect it from the breast. And then all you have to do is cut through the skin. That is a chicken leg quarter. So we're gonna come in here to the top of the leg. You can feel the joint just like we did on the wing, and we can cut right down through the joint between the leg and the thigh, and they come apart. So there is our chicken thigh, there is our chicken leg, and then we are left with our chicken breast. Now, the thing about the breast is it's very large, so it's not going to cook as quickly. So instead of getting 8 pieces, I'm actually going to turn this into 12 pieces. And this is a very common thing restaurants in different places will do, Southern grandmothers as well, because you're trying to feed a family, you wanna have pieces of chicken to go around along with whatever else you're serving. So you can actually take the breast, you're gonna come to the small pointed end of the breast where it comes down to the tip, a little less than halfway up. You can go straight across the breast and you can cut right down through the breastplate to get a piece of breast that is roughly the same size as the thigh would be. And then we have this very large top part of the breast, which we are going to come from top to bottom and cut in half. And you get 2 more pieces of breast meat. So now that 1/2 of the chicken has yielded 6 pieces. A wing, 3 pieces of breast, a thigh, and a leg. We're gonna do the exact same thing to this half of the chicken. Once we have the pieces cut, that's fantastic. But if we don't do the right steps now, you will regret it later because the chicken is not gonna taste as good as you're hoping. So that's our 2 chickens cut into 24 pieces total. Now this is the point where you can make or break your fried chicken. You can very easily leave it just like this, pat it dry, put it in a buttermilk mixture or the cream and vinegar mixture, bread it, and then fry it, and it's going to taste fine. But if you want it to be something special, we need to keep it juicy, we need to keep it tender, we need to make it flavorful in a way that the average fried chicken is not. And that is why we are going to salt all of this chicken and to then stick this in the refrigerator uncovered and let this brine with that salt and dry out overnight. This is called dry brining. It is going to season and tenderize the chicken meat because the sodium actually interacts with the proteins, changes the way that they cook. Also going to dry everything out, which means when we fry this, we will get the crispiest, most amazing browned chicken skin on the outside of our fried chicken you can possibly get. It's also going to make the breading mixture adhere just a little bit better, which is another bonus. This is actually dinner tomorrow. So I have the chicken on 2 different layers of racks, and that's just to create some more airflow. You wouldn't have to do that. I'm just being really particular. This is gonna go in the refrigerator overnight to dry brine just like this, and that salt is going to work its magic. And then I'm gonna show you the incredible way that we finish this fried chicken tomorrow. It is time to fry some chicken. It is dried out significantly and looks tacky on the outside. That's exactly what we need for a crispy crust. You guys have probably seen this process before, but I'll walk you through it anyway. Let's fry some Southern style fried chicken. Step number one, you need a heavy bottom pot of your frying fat of choice. My favorite is usually beef tallow. You can also do lard. You can even do ghee if you want to give the chicken a little bit of a buttery flavor. We're going to use a heavy bottom pot so that the temperature does not drop too quickly when we add chicken into it. We're going to bring this up to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. An instant read thermometer is probably a good idea to help you know exactly when your oil is ready. The wet mixture can be made two different ways, and I'm going to put both options on the recipe card. You can either use buttermilk and eggs along with seasoning, which is the version that I have here. That's going to be somewhere around 1 to 1.5 grams of carbs per piece of fried chicken. You can also do heavy cream and add some vinegar along with eggs and whatever seasoning you would like. That's going to be more like 0.5 gram of carbs, maybe even less, depending on how much sticks to the chicken. So it's up to you which one you would like to use. Either way will work. And then our dry mixture here, egg white powder, whey protein concentrate, and a little bit of baking powder. The baking powder is optional, so if you're not comfortable using it, leave it out, but it does puff and make the chicken really nice and crispy, just like we expect it to be. Once our fat is up to temperature, all we have to do is take our chicken, dunk it in the wet, dredge it in the dry, fry it until it is golden brown, crispy, and 165 degrees internal temperature. And the rest of it's pretty much just frying chicken. But don't go anywhere yet, because I'm going to show you Nashville hot style, if you like that as well. So let's go ahead and make some fried chicken. That is crispy Southern style fried chicken, fit for the Colonel, but done in a carnivore way. I need some special taste testers to let you guys know how good this actually is, but don't go anywhere, because after they try it, I'm gonna show you how to turn it into Nashville hot style. That's when we really crank it up a notch. And that is Chris Cooking Nashville style carnivore fried chicken. Now, there's no one in the world that would be better at telling you whether it's good or not than my parents, who are in town for Thanksgiving, because in our family, at birthdays and special occasions in the family, fried chicken was the thing we always had as a family. And I have not had my grandma's fried chicken in a very long time. I'm hoping that this will maybe fill that gap just a little bit. So I'm gonna let them give a taste test, tell you guys what they think.
That is good. I mean, like Nana's fried chicken.
And we live in Indiana, where fried chicken is the thing. There's the chicken trail all through Indiana.
So we know.
We know our fried chicken. And this is good.
Good.
Fried chicken.
You would never guess that the breading on it is anything other than like a normal chicken breading. I mean, you wouldn't think this was carnivore, really.
Yeah, it is. It is delicious.
And the fact that you brine the chicken makes all the difference in the world.
I'm gonna have them pick out a couple of pieces, and I'm gonna show you guys how we now turn this into Nashville hot. For those of you that like the spicy side of life and are okay with those seasonings, this is the one. Let's go ahead and do Nashville hot style.
Yeah.
Now, part of the fat that I made this with was actually some rendered roasted bone marrow that I had. So that combined with the fat that I fried the chicken in should be a pretty incredible flavor along with that Nashville hot spice. So they also have some herb-infused spreadable butter mayo ranch. I'll link that video down below so you know how to make my butter mayo and my butter mayo ranch. Let's see what they think of the Chris Cooking Nashville hot chicken.
So good. Savory, spicy, really
Lick
good.
your lips, chicken.
That's really good with the ranch on it.
That ranch dressing just sets this off. Spicing is just right. Good Nashville hot chicken. It runs all over your hands. It's delicious. You got to try this one.
Carnivore fried chicken and carnivore Nashville hot chicken. Now, what are you gonna do about the mashed potatoes and gravy that you should have with your fried chicken? And if that's what you're worried about, go check out this video right over here. This is Chris Cooking Nashville. You guys eat your meat, love your life, and we'll see you next time.